Okay, so good evening, everybody, and thank you for joining this session where we are going to be talking to you about the program that we offer at the APS. I am Lena, and I am the program leader of one of the master programs, which is the Mppm, Master of Public Policy and Management. So we can start. Okay, so like I just mentioned to you that I am at the Department of Asian and Policy Studies, and I will be talking to you about one of the master programs that we offer. We'll tell you about the different career opportunities that you will have once you have graduated, and we'll give you tips on applying for the program, just in case you are interested. So then, for those of you who do not know the Education University of Hong Kong, we have a very beautiful campus, and we are in Tai Po. And most of the programs that we offer at this particular university, particularly at the Department of APS, are focusing on knowledge transfer, which means that we are trying to provide you with the knowledge that you can use at your workplace, right? And then the environment here is absolutely wonderful for studying because it's very, very peaceful. We have good facilities where you have your library to go to, and you can be there. You can use the library for 24 hours. And of course, we have a team of very renowned scholars that teach you if you are a part of the program. Now again, Education University of Hong Kong has done extremely well, and we are second in Asia and 16 in the world, where as far as the ranking is concerned. And we are one of the UGC funded universities. So of course, the reputation of this university is really very, very good. Now, coming to the program that I head, and which is the Master of Public Policy and Management, it is a one-year full-time program. And the way the program is structured, we have 4 core courses. And core courses are the courses that you have to take, and you don't have a choice on them. And then we have 4 electives. And these 4 electives can be chosen from 3 different specializations. And you will be trying to attain 24 credit points. And the course is offered in English because it is an EMI program. Now, when I talk about the 3 different specializations, the 3 different specializations have so been designed so that people who have different careers in mind can choose one of the specialization and then get in-depth training in that particular specialization so that they can move ahead with their careers in that particular area. Now, what we are trying to do is we are trying to train our students with public management as well as policy analysis, and we are trying to enhance the management skills of the students. Now, what we believe is that, of course, classroom education is very important, but we also want our students to become ready for work once they have graduated. So people who are looking for different career paths, they will come to us. At the same time, the people who are already working and they would like to upgrade themselves and become more professional in the field that they are, they can come and join us and regard this as a training, right? So we have our teaching within the classroom, as well as we have got quite a lot of field visits and outside the classroom learning. And we feel that this kind of mix is perfect for learning for our students. Now, again, like I mentioned, we have 3 different specializations, and these specializations have so been designed so that you can actually choose a career path once you have joined us. So the 3 different specializations that we have are governance and public management, social policy, and higher education policy and management. So the people who are studying governance and public management are people who are mostly interested to join the civil services or government organizations. The people who specialize in social policy are people who want to work in the third sector, which is the NGO, set up their own social enterprises, social services, and so on. And of course, higher education, policy, and management are for people who are studying, who would like to work in higher educational institutes or become educational consultants. Now, while we offer these three specializations, for those of you who want a more general idea of the field, you can not choose to take one of the specializations. So you can take your electives, choose your electives from all the electives that we offer and can have a more general training in the field. Now, one of the very strong merits of this particular program is the internship that it includes as one of the electives, which is a common elective between the three specializations that we offer. And we have a lot of different partner organizations, like we have the Save the Children, Red Cross, Hong Kong Policy Research Institute. And what we're trying to do is we are trying to get our students to apply what they learn in the classroom and see how it actually works in the real work situation. Now, another very attractive feature of this program is that for those students who do not really want to do the internship, they can choose the overseas trip, which is the overseas study tour. And then in the overseas study tour, we take students to different government departments where you can compare different policies between Hong Kong and the place where we take. The last time we took the students to Singapore. And then we also have professors from LKY School of Public Policy that will very kindly come and give lectures to the students. We go to different government departments. We try to see how different government departments work. And then the students are also required to do a survey, a street survey, so that they can do a presentation, which is a comparative presentation. A comparative study on a particular topic where they compare things between Hong Kong and the place where we visit. Then again, like I mentioned, that we do have traditional classroom learning where we have our traditional lectures and different activities where students learn in the classroom. But other than studying in the classroom, we also take the students out for a lot of out of classroom learning. We get students to participate in different competitions, and our students have continually been winning the National Mayor competition, which is held in China. There are lots of field visits that the students are exposed to, and students can see how different places work and how policies are carried out in different places. Then we have students, like I said, that we have different specializations, and because of the different specializations that we have our students that are working very, very well in different fields. We have students who are working in the Consulate General. There are people working in the government, in different universities, and you can see that one of our graduate, Jason, who will be talking to you after I finish talking, he has appreciated the kind of education that we have equipped him with, which has helped him to publish papers, as well as it has helped him to get into a very, very renowned PhD program. Now, for a lot of students that come to us, they come from different backgrounds. And since they come from different backgrounds, they have to adapt to the learning and the different assessments that we have. So we make sure that we are providing you with a lot of different kinds of academic workshops so that you can learn how to communicate effectively in your writing, how to prepare your academic paper effectively, how to make a good oral presentation, and so on. So then once you come, we have a week where we will have different kind of seminars that are given to you so that we get you ready for studying the master with us, and you are not lost when you are attending the classes. So you know exactly what is the expectation and how to meet with those expectations. Then we are privileged to have Professor Anthony Jung as a part of our program and the department. And Professor Anthony Jung is a research chair professor of public administration, and he was the former Secretary of Transport and Housing. And we have been having a series of policy dialogues where he kindly speaks on very important topics, and our students can attend the policy dialogue and learn from, you know, whatever the different topics that he is talking on. And this gives students a lot of exposure as well as idea of what exactly is happening in different in the governments in Hong Kong as well as in China. Then again, we also provide students with career workshops. So we do realize that once you have graduated with us here, you would like to, you know, join work either locally or in your own hometown. So we provide a very, very in-depth career workshop. And then we also have sharing from our graduates who will tell you how you can find jobs in Hong Kong and how to face the interviews in Hong Kong. So we take care of that as well. Then I'm very proud to say that, you know, the average salary of Mppm students is 20,000 Hong Kong dollar, which is quite a good amount, whereas the average salary of graduates in Hong Kong is about 16,500. So our graduates are paid much higher as compared to the other graduates. And then because we have different specializations and we are training you up for different career fields, you can see that most of our graduates are either working in the education sector, banking or finance, government, social services, and so on, right? And they have been working in very renowned organizations and doing very, very well for themselves. Now, the program offers a lot of different scholarships. We have some entrance scholarship. We have got, if you have an IELTS score which is more than 7, then we give you a generous scholarship of 30,000. Then we have just introduced Mr. Clement Wu's scholarship, which is a scholarship of 50,000 for students. So if you have the interest and if you show the capabilities, then of course there are lots and lots of scholarships available for you as well. Now, for the admission requirement, we need a recognized bachelor degree program. And then for students who are coming from mainland universities, you have to provide the online verification report of higher education qualification certificate issued by CHSI. And for students who are studying outside China or Hong Kong, they have to obtain a report from HKC AAVQ. And this report is a report for qualification assessment, right? So of course, once you apply, we will let you know how to go about all this. Then English is something which is important because this is a EMI program, and we need students to have an overall IELTS score of 6. TOEFL will be about 80. And if you've done your GCSE or O-level exams, then you need a C grade in English. CET 6 is recognized, and your total score should be more than 430. But please remember, it is a band 6, not the band 4. And your test results are only valid for 2 years, right? So please prepare for the English because it is a must. So if you want to know more about the program, about how to apply, the more information is available through email, the phone, or the QR code. So that's all from me. And once we are done, please do the survey for the faculty. And now I'm going to invite one of our graduates, Jason, to share about what he feels about his time in APS doing Mppm, followed by Molly, who was also one of our graduates. So thanks, Jason, for coming and sharing with the audience.
Thank you, Lena. So am I sharing my screen here?
You'll have to share the screen. We don't have it yet.
Okay. All right, can everyone see that?
Yes, perfect.
All right, so hello everyone, my name is Jason, and I am an Mppm graduate for 2018. So I started studying in 2017, and I am currently a PhD candidate or student at the Faculty of Medicine in the School of Public Health in the University of Hong Kong. And so I'm the holder of the Hong Kong Postgraduate Fellowship, which is the most prestigious fellowship for studying PhDs if you were to do that in Hong Kong. And so to briefly talk, or that's briefly me, so that's what I'm doing currently. And I just want to share a bit about why I decided to choose Mppm at Education University. So maybe you can tell based on the way I speak, I was actually educated in the United States. So I was born there, raised there, and educated. I did my master's in the UK, and then I worked for a few years in Singapore. So after being in these 3 places, and especially Singapore, for being in Asia, I wanted to keep my career growing, especially in this region. So specifically Greater China. And at the time, I was doing research related to healthcare policy. And so these 2 streams that I had, the wanting to work in East Asia as well as healthcare policy, made me look for professors that were doing research in this field. And I was looking around on, academic journals around many different universities, and I actually came across one professor. It's Dr. Alex He. He Jingwei is his Chinese name. And he was very focused on healthcare policy in China, in Hong Kong, as well as educated in Singapore, where I was living at the time. So I reached out to him, and because he was so focused in my exact field and my exact region, I reached out to him, and he recommended that I study the Mppm program as a beginning point of entry into Hong Kong and beginning my career as an academic. So my field is I do more education related because I'm in a PhD. So that's where my experience is coming from. Also, at the same time, they gave me an entrance scholarship, which I was very, very grateful for. And I covered most, if not all of my fees for studying. So that was a very big encouraging factor for me to move to Hong Kong, and specifically the Education University, to study the Mppm program. as well as in the second semester, they gave me kind of a top-up scholarship. So there was many opportunity to, be able to study in Hong Kong, but also have many of those fees be covered. So that was kind of a bit more comforting, I guess. I didn't have to pay much. And also the experience of living and working in Hong Kong, I think would have been personally for me very nice. It's a very interesting city. It's a bit different than most cities I've lived in, growing up, in these different places. And so, of course, we pick, educational programs that we want, but where we live is also very important. So that was before I got to the education university. At my time there, I found that the program was very well suited in terms of breadth of material. When I was studying, they only had 2 specializations, but now they have 3. And because I worked mostly in healthcare policy, I joined the social policy track. And so there was a lot of flexibility for me to pick the track that I was interested in going in. So, of course, Dr. Alex He, or He Laoshi, he was very focused on healthcare policy. So there was a specific class just for that I was really enjoyed taking from him. So in this sense, it's quite a broad field, policy, public policy and management. But if you know what you want, you should be able to find something that interests you within that field, given of all the opportunities or all the different selections of courses that were offered. So of course, I walked more in the social policy direction, but for those that are more interested in other things, the other 2 streams, those are also good as well. Also, that was just the coursework. Aside from that, I also had the opportunity to branch out to other things. So of course, they have the internship program in the second semester. And so although the program is only 1 year, even 10 months, quite short, they really pack a lot of opportunities for you to get out and to do other things as opposed to education. Obviously, I think many people want to find jobs and many people want to find, maybe a platform to begin working in a city like Hong Kong. And so the internship I felt was a good opportunity to branch out and not just stay only in the school all the time. And in the summer, so this was summer of my graduating year, 2018, there was also an additional scholarship, about 10,000 Hong Kong dollars, to take up a outbound, they call it outbound learning scholarship. So you could take up a research project or a small conference trip or anything related to what you're interested in, and you can go for an exchange. And that was about 2 weeks. The money that they gave me covered everything, including the flight, any program fees, etc. So I found that was very, very, nice in terms of having the funds and also the giving you the opportunity to do that. Also at my time there, because I was working very closely with Dr. Alex He, I also was able to publish 2 papers. And so publishing for an academic is your most important currency or your most important value. And so I was able to actually publish 2 papers with Dr. Alex He, one of which I was the first author, which means that I put in the most effort, but also with the help of Dr. Alex He. So if you have the first author, it means it's kind of mostly your work in collaboration with others, and that's quite prestigious. And so I think the people at the university were very generous to give me credit for that and give me the opportunity to work with them. And also on the last line, it gave me time to think about what I want to do next. And of course, at my time at the university, I was preparing for my PhD applications. And I applied everywhere. I applied to the US, I applied to the UK, but there's a reason why I stayed in Hong Kong is because I think the connections that I made here were very, very strong. And I wanted to continue in Hong Kong and in Asia for my future career. So I picked Hong Kong over the other schools in the other regions. So of course, afterwards, I still kept in touch with the education university people, and I still do. I talk to Lena quite regularly, Dr. Lena Vyas quite regularly. I was, they had a couple of workshops and I was able to work as a translator between English and Putonghua for some of the conferences. I had chances to collaborate with my professors. There were a couple of other events, even such as this one that they invite me to speak at, and I'm always happy to contribute back to my alumni school because they were giving me so much at the time I first came to Hong Kong. You know, I never lived in Hong Kong. So I think the environment at the school is very nice for me, and it was a great first year to get to know people and also give me a great platform for liftoff and, you know, giving me some momentum onto my career track. So that's my sharing. I'm Jason Yin. I think we'll have questions later. So thank you.
Okay, thanks, Jason. That was very nice. And now we have Molly here. She's also one of our graduates, and thanks, Molly, for making time to talk to the audience. So you can start. Thanks.
Okay, thank you, Lina. Thank you, Jason. Hello, Lina, can you see my sharing?
Yeah, we can see.
Okay. Okay, hello everyone, this is Molly, and it's really my honor to get this invitation to share my experience in APS. First, I would like to introduce myself briefly. For the second, I would talk about the reason why did I choose Mppm for my further master degree. And the third part, I would like to talk about more about my working experience in APS. For the first part, I will share the ability that I got from the 3 years and how this can help me in the future career. Actually, I graduated from a very normal university called Nanyang Normal University. After working in Shanghai for 4 years, I realized that with a bachelor degree, it is quite difficult for me to get promotion. So I decided to take a master's degree abroad. Why I choose Hong Kong? Actually, I think it before. Compared to American, Canada, maybe Hong Kong have the similar education quality, but less time spent. So just 1 year, I can get my master's degree. And actually, when I get the offer, I quite confused, and I found the Mppm program not only can provide the scholarship, but also they provide the internship. For me, actually, when I graduate, I want to get some working experience in Hong Kong. So I think maybe this is a good choice, and I still can realize they have outside the classroom learning, and they provide some mainland China study tour and overseas study tours as well. I think maybe it's quite interesting when compared to the classroom learning. Before I talk about the experience, I would share the study experience. And actually, like Jason mentioned before, Professor Alex He gave us a lot of opportunities to learning outside. He took us to the Hong Kong Legislative Council, and we still got the chance to visit the Tencent headquarters in Shenzhen and some housing bureaus to learn about the public housing situation in Hong Kong. For my second semester, I got the internship opportunity, and I work as a research assistant for one of the professors. And very luckily, and my ability got recognized by the professor, so I got the chance to take the interview for the job I took later. So next part, I want to share some working experience. For the first picture, it is we went to the mainland China to attend the expo, and this is for our department of branding marketing, and we still conduct some policy dialogue series for Professor Anthony Jung. APS still organize some free online talks, and we invite our alumni like Jason to share their experience, how to find a good topic to further their PhD study, and we still invite some students who get a very good job to share the experience how to find a good job. We still invite some professors to share how to do the literature review for the current student. This is all free for our student. For this part, we took students to Singapore to join the study tours, and we still got the national mayor competition. 2 years we got the first prize. Some pictures shows our learning outside of the classroom. We have to admit that university ranking is important, but for me, I think how these universities train students is more important. Most important thing is how you spend the time during the 1 year study, and what you can get from this 1 year study. I can proudly say in these 3 years, 1 year master program study and 2 years work experience in APIs, I have gained a lot of abilities. I think these core competencies will allow me to develop better in the future. Like I improve my communication skills. I know how to cooperate with different parties. I have more critical thinking, and I enhanced my basic working skills. I think it's more important for the student's career path. Now after working in Hong Kong 2 years, I got a good job opportunity, so I decided to go back to my hometown. But without this study experience, working experience, I cannot got this good opportunities. So finally, I want to say Mppm is really a good chance for you to improve yourself. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you, Molly. And now we're done with our part. So